welcome to the channel. I had a request in comments on one of my other posts about possibly testing Zenless Zone Zero on various Android handhelds. This is actually something I'd been looking at anyway, so I figured I would go ahead and get to it. So today we're going to be looking at gameplay on Zenless Zone Zero on 3 different handhelds. We're going to be looking at the Anbernic RG556, the Odin 2 Mini, and the Razer Edge. And we're going to see what kind of performance you can expect on a fairly new Android game on these devices. So, first up, let's look at some gameplay on the least expensive handheld of the bunch, the Anbernic RG556.
I'm at your disposal.
It's connected. Hello? Can you hear me, Wise? Well then, let's get down to business.
Don't look straight at the moon. Take this.
Up next, we have the Razer Edge. Let's take a look at Zenless Zone Zero gameplay on the Razer Edge.
Don't even think about it.
It's connected. Hello? Can you hear me, Wise? Well then, let's get down to business.
to hunt. Stay calm now.
Let me clean this up!
Say no more.
Take on!
Leave the rest to me.
Last but not least, let's look at Zenless Zone Zero gameplay on the new Odin 2 Mini.
Connected. Hello? Can you hear me, Wise? Well then, let's get down to business.
Leave the rest to me. Clear out. Time to hunt.
I tried to make the cuts clean.
A deep clean. Say no more.
Roger. Be gone.
So now that we've had a look at gameplay on all the devices, we can kind of sum up our results. So looking at our various devices, we can see that the Anbernic RG556 can certainly play the game. I was not really able to get performance greater than 30 FPS on low settings, so the game does work. It's probably not the optimal experience on the RG556, which you might expect because it's probably the lowest powered handheld. Well, it is the lowest powered handheld in this entire bunch. Now, the controller supported. There were no issues using the controller, except for the issue that everyone has with Zenless Zone Zero, is that the controller must be manually selected every time you start the app. For whatever reason, it doesn't remember the controller settings. But if you're okay with 30 FPS gameplay, you can certainly get by playing this game on the RG556. If you want a little better experience, you may need to have a more powerful handheld than the T820 based devices. So the Razer Edge, which is a Snapdragon G3X Gen 1, I was able to get 60 frames per second in both low and medium settings, but medium settings, the app crashed a lot. So I can't really recommend medium settings. Maybe it's a RAM thing. The Wi-Fi Edge has 6 gigs instead of 8 gigs. Maybe it'll work better on a 5G Edge. I don't know. I don't have one, but I did get pretty reliable performance on the low settings at 60 frames per second. So if your main concern is getting 60 FPS, then the Razer Edge would be a better choice than the RG556 because you can actually get it. And again, you can actually crank up the detail more than low, but I found that the app would tend to crash more if I wanted 60 frames per second in medium or trying something like high details. But so low settings, 60 FPS seems to work pretty well. But of course, your best experience is going to be on one of the Odin 2 devices. The Odin 2 Mini and the Odin 2 regular models are pretty much the same here. Now, my Mini is the base model, which is the 8 gig of RAM model. I had no difficulty running high settings at 60 frames per second. The controller, of course, is supported on all 3 of these handhelds. The Odin 2 is no exception. And the Odin 2 Mini, at least, has the correct button layout for Android games, the Xbox style. So that was kind of nice, along with the Razer Edge. You kind of have the wrong muscle memory playing on the RG556 if you're used to playing Android games. But the Odin 2 and the Razer Edge didn't have that problem. Of course, the Odin 2 Mini had great performance. Sometimes I get some video lags on my capture card. The Odin 2 Mini was smooth at high settings. There was very little hitching, a little bit in town maybe that I noticed, but not a whole lot. I would say definitely out of these 3, the Odin 2 Mini is going to give you the superior experience, or if you like, the regular Odins will give you the exact same experience, just on a bigger screen. Now, the Razer Edge, it was a little unfairly stacked against the Razer Edge because the Edge has a bigger screen with more pixels. And one other thing I should mention about this particular game is expect crashes. I mean, if you look at the reviews on the Play Store, you'll certainly see that everybody's biggest complaint about Zenless Zone Zero is that the app crashes a lot, and it's not really an exception on these devices. You will get crashes, you will get issues. Hopefully they'll fix them. But in my experience, actually the Edge gave me more crashes, probably because I was trying to push it more. But all 3 of them, you can expect to have app crashes every now and then. But it's apparently a common thing on pretty much all Android devices. But the good news is, if you would like to play this game, you can certainly do it, depending on what your standards are for action game gameplay on all 3 of them. So, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to see more handheld gaming content, subscribe to the channel, and hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.